Coming across to the other screen. Are we live?
I think so, maybe. It's like 20 seconds away. There we go.
Oh, we are live by the looks of it. The screen just hadn't come across. We're working with a new setup and trying to get some new stuff going. Make sure we're all working, guys.
Yep. Anyways,
Welcome back.
welcome.
Weird Games with Papa Weird.
And Weirdling.
And Click and
Gus.
Click and Gus in the house, representing all our minis and all our dreams. All right. So we are back. We did do a catch-up video.
Come back on the sticky note.
Sure. See him over there? All right. So we are back. We did do a catch-up video for March. Sorry.
And the first day of April.
Well, we can look at that today. We're also going to be on to our second
book.
Yeah, great. This one has had some work. It's a little bit beaten up now, seeing as we've been going backward. That was once. All right. That was only one time, and that was the alcoholics problem, not mine. Okay. All right. So we are at the back of the book. We are ready to go. Okay.
Day 100, room 92.
Yes. Let's open it up to the April page. All right. I have gone through and actually drawn out where we're going for this month. So where the other one was a lot more random and I've only sort of written words down as we've sort of worked through rooms, this one is kind of a little bit more designed and deliberate with what we want to do. And it's got dragons in it. So yay dragons, right? So this was our entry room here that we can see, hopefully on the screen, to this area, this level. This is the Oasis. It is from one of the waterfalls that Weirdling had been talking about last catch-up video. Comes out and flows down into here, exiting out of the mountain cavern system. So they got somewhere, a little beach, it's a little bit sandy, got some palm trees going on.
So they could get coconuts from here?
Sure, we'll write that in now.
Where did your other pencil go?
Here be coconuts. The other pencil's behind us, actually. Sure, if you have a look in the box, I'm sure you'll find another pencil. But here be coconuts, all right? So what we got is, this is a cut-in, a sort of open crevice in the mountain passages, leading through to a narrow passage that will open up into a large valley. One will kind of cut, one side of the valley will cut back into the mountain, and the other one, it will go up the side of the mountain. All right, which one do you want to be? Oh, you're going to be the little fella? All right.
Yep.
Cheers. Cheers. All right, so bring our friends over to watch what we're up to. Put this off the side.
This one?
Yeah, well, we've got a few rooms we've got to work through today to catch back up. I'm not quite sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're right. Hopefully it won't be too long due to the fact that they're not going to be necessarily big rooms and they're quite directed. So let's just get into it. The crossroads first. So coming out of
the Oasis.
The Oasis here. Put that book off to the side. Coming out of the Oasis here,
there's like a long...
There's going to be a long sort of cut out through the mountain valley over the side here, right? And then it's going to come out and open up, okay, off the side. This is going to be mountain ranges and mountain ranges here, all right? And it's going to open up into a crossroads, a T-junction, all right? Now, one way in this T-junction crossroads here will go down, right? And down is towards the first bad dragon, which we will talk about later. And this way is up. And
the good dragon.
The good dragon will be up here. Oh, down, good, up, bad. Let's work this out. All right. Up.
So this is a up incline. This is a down incline.
Yeah, this is going to sort of snake along the side of the mountain. So it's going to be a cutout path on the side of the mountain as it winds around, working its way up to the apex. And that's where the dragon's going to be. And that's what we're going to do today. All right. And because you said you wanted to do a copper dragon.
Yeah.
All right. So copper is up here. And over here we're doing was it a white dragon?
White dragon, yes.
You want a white dragon? We're going to put a white dragon in there. Okay, these guys are going to be equal in CR level, all right? Their mechanics will be a little
7.
Yeah, I think it was CR7 or 8, I think it was, that they were for the Copper Dragon. I think it was adult Copper Dragon, right? So, if you'd like to have a quick look through that, because we will need that later on. Okay, so what we're going to be doing here is we're going to go up first to the Copper Dragon, coming out of a cutout. Oh, and what will be straight through here? Straight through is going into the mage's hut, all right? There's going to be a hut up here, all right? Now, it sounds like it's just a hut, but it's totally a TARDIS hut, right? It's going to be bigger on the inside than it is on the outside, but it's going to have its own little cut in to the mountain, all right? And then going to be a little hut with a door, and we'll talk about that probably in the next one, the glade in the door, all right? So that's all this is. Very simple. Crossroads coming out of the mountain ranges. All right. Not much to do or see here. One way is up, leading up to the side of a mountain.
We're gonna do a young white dragon because
What's that, CR?
that's CR6.
Well, if they're a bit small for that, or we could put the white dragon with some minions. We were going to give them
No. We
minions.
said we were gonna give him the buff monk guy.
No, that is the copper dragon that was getting the monk guy
yeah.
at the top of the mountain. The evil one, the chromatic one, the white one, we'll give him minions in the ground, right?
Yeah.
We have to go back to the thing. I'm going to show you now. All right, so we're on the same page again, right? Up to the metallic one, right? The dragon, metallic, young copper dragon. Down, gets minions, kobold, dragon kobolds, right?
Yep.
Okay. That's their slaves, and they live down here, and they work for the white dragon, all right?
Okay.
We're all back to speed again?
Yes.
All right, good. Okay. Now, where are we? So, yeah, we're going to have one of these, but that's not here. We want the copper dragon first.
Copper dragon? Okay.
Copper dragon first. That's what we're working on today. Okay, so crossroads, we're done. Cut out in the side of the mountains, coming out after being at the oasis. All right, and then through to this way, Mage's Hut. So we're going to actually build out this direction first.
Yeah,
right?
young copper dragons are CR7.
So 7, all right, and we're going to give him a friend anyway, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that and hopefully they won't kill this one. This is the one that they hopefully encounter first by intuition or good luck, and also the one that they can make a parlay with.
And also, if they watch this video.
Sure. Well, if they watch this, then they'll know they have to go up, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, over here on the other side is what we're going to do. So, where do the dragons come in? We got 2 of them, right? The copper and the white. Now, these 2 are working as servants, captives, underneath a later dragon, a head dragon, a moon dragon, who's the boss of this entire area. Okay, so that moon dragon works with a wizard, an astral mage. All right, that's for later. Now they live in that little hut, which is actually not so little. Okay, now that is on the other side of this door. So when they come through, all right, they've been at the crossroads, gone through the oasis, gone through the crossroads. They come out into a massive opening area here, a huge glade open area. Okay, and at the end of this massive open area, there's going to be vines growing out over everything, all right, along the sides. And behind one of those vines is going to be this shrine, this mosaic, okay, this picture on the wall, the mural. Okay, that's the next one. Okay, so over here. And we also have the entrance, which is going to be like a little gardened off area, like you kind of think of like what was that one? The fairy tale with Hansel and Gretel, and they got the little hut made out of gingerbread. Yeah, gingerbread house, right? So it's not a gingerbread house. It's not like that, but it is sort of that setting. It's got a little hut, and outside the little hut is a little garden. All right, so there's a garden here.
What would be growing in that garden?
I don't know, petunias and daisies and flowers and stuff, and right? It's very nice. It's a lovely open glade here with pretty garden. All right, it's a pretty little flower garden because that's what makes the mage happy. They like flowers, okay? So, and a hut, right?
Okay.
Yeah, the hut, it just looks like probably quite appealing, though no windows on the outside, and probably like circular in nature, all right, with a little wooden door. But the door is magically locked, all right? So we have a magically locked door, okay? Now, how do we open the door from the outside? Well, this is where we have on the wall here, where the mountain ridge is, okay, up against the side of the hut here. On one side, we have a paw print, okay, behind the all of the vines and everything, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we have a paw print on one side, and on the other side, we have another hole for another paw print, okay? So what you need to do to open this magical door is have one dragon on one side open it and one dragon on the other side open it because they're the guardians. And they're not willingly going to do it. They usually only do it at the request of the mage who's inside or the dragon. They probably only answer it for the hags that were on the other side of the cave network that they connected to. They probably don't get many visitors. And the idea is that when you enter this glade, this magic area here, um,
So this isn't up to the dragon yet?
no. This isn't up to the dragon yet.
Okay.
No.
So these are the
You want to go through the plan again?
These
you
are the two rooms before the dragon, right?
Let's go through the plan again. All right, here we are. Okay. This is the oasis. After they go through there on the side of the rocks, they have a crossroads. At the end of the crossroads is a glade with a little
Yep.
door and a hut with a little shrine next to it. Wait. Please listen. On one side, they have a way going up to the dragon here. And on the other side, they have a way down into the mountain there.
Yep.
So, yes, these are the 2 or 3 rooms here before we actually deal with going up to the dragon.
Okay.
Are we on the same page again?
Yes.
All right. Moving on. So, this area here, this open glade at the end of this crossroads where we have the door. Okay, when they first come in here, it's not going to have a barrier, but it is going to have a magical alarm. Okay, and that will summon both dragons.
Did it just teleport them?
No. Well, one will fly down. Okay, one will summon the dragons. Okay, these guys are the guardians for this area. So if they the one that's underground, the white one, will crawl out of its lair and come up out of the ground and past its locked doors and its slaves. Maybe bring 1 or 2 with it, and it will come and crawl up behind you and eat you. And the white dragon, because it's being, the copper dragon, because it's being forced to serve, it will come down and it will also fly down the side of the mountain, probably leave its friend behind, but it will come down and it will try and eat you because its job is to, whether they like it or not, to defend this doorway that's going into this hut. Okay. It will ask you first, like, do you belong here? What are you trying to do here? Right, if you don't leave now on the order of the astral mage, I will eat you. What do you have to say for yourself, right? So they will try and get a sense of why the party is there, but ultimately this will be too difficult to fight. So then they'll have to realize that they have to go back to the crossroads, right? And either go up to the good one or down to the bad one, right?
Yep.
Okay, very good. We all on the same page?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Crossroads, glade, door. So what's in here? Behind the vines, okay? Behind the vines, on the side of this glade here, there is a tell. All right. A tell is, like in poker, there's something that gives it away. All right. There's the key. Okay. The key is up here to the door. Okay. So the key equals tell them via mural that you need to have the 2 paws to open the door. All right. So tell via the mural equals 2 paws equals open door. Okay. That's
It'll be
the picture.
like a mural of like the 2 dragons touching the thing and the door opening.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be a mural, and what it'll be is there's going to be a hut, right? The same hut, but the door will be open, okay, and there's going to be stars on the other side of it, right? So the door's open, and there's stars inside, okay, and on the side of the hut you have the two dragons with their hands on the side of the mountain, okay.
Okay.
Side of hut equals dragons with paws. Oh, bless you.
Ugh.
Their paws on the mountain wall. All right. Okay. So that tells you then, via the key, the visual aid, bless you, that this is how you get inside. All right. Are we able to see that? We'll have to do that there. This is how you manage to get inside. You have to get these two to work together. Maybe the party has enough time from when they enter this area, the glade. They have enough time to discover the mural behind the vines, and they've got enough time then to be able to have a conversation about it before the dragons actually arrive on top of them, and then they can have a
It would probably take
conversation.
like 3 turns for the bronze.
Well, maybe, I don't know. It's still quite a far away. The copper one will probably arrive first and be like, if you don't flee now, you're going to be in big trouble. And they'll spend a round of being like, yo, what's up? Like, what's the problem? And they'll be like, I've warned you. You better get out of here. You have one round to like run away, right? And then if they don't get back to the crossroads in time, they're going to be met with the white dragon, and the white dragon's going to be like, there's going to be good cop, bad cop, right? That kind of idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll go backwards and forwards. And if you really need to, you can flee back to the oasis and past the oasis back into the crack in the wall, and the dragons can't follow you there. Okay, so you
They
can
can't
go
even
back.
follow you into the oasis.
Sure. That well, they could. Yeah. Well, they could probably get a like. We'll probably have to make that wide enough at some point. It probably gets to 5, maybe 10, 15 feet wide when it comes out later. You see, right? So that will be into the crossroads here. Will probably be quite a wide crossroads because you've got to be able to fit a dragon that passes up and down these areas, right? So it needs to be at least 20, 30 foot wide. These passageways here.
Because these are only
So-
like baby dragons.
There, you say that, but didn't you say young copper dragon? That's still what, large? How large?
Yeah.
Where's the other right book?
Page
was it?
111.
You remember? Is it 111? Is it? Oh, young copper dragon. So it's not exactly a baby. It's large. All right. So that's 4. That's still 10 foot by 10 foot profile. So you probably still want to give this, like I said, 20, 25 feet wide, these passageways, so
Yeah.
comfortably either of them can move around. All right. So moving on, we have done a crossroads and glade. You know where we're at,
Yeah.
right? A little mural on the side of the glade. All right. Okay, that tells the story of the key. And the last page of the book. All right. Up the mountain. Okay, so this is where we're starting to actually move towards the dragon.
Yeah.
Okay? Now,
Water.
yeah. We need a beverage break. Everybody drinking some chai latte. Very tasty. Okay. So the idea of moving towards this first dragon that you wanted to do, the one that we're going to focus on today, very quickly, is it's up the side of this mountain. Okay, and the mountain path is quite long and tall, right? So we're not talking about like 20 feet between rooms or even 50 or 100 feet. We're talking like 4, 5, 600 feet worth of pathway. All right. So this pathway comes up and around the side of the mountain here. Okay. It's about 10 foot wide. All right.
Only
So
10 foot wide?
well, that's wide enough for 2 people to go side by side, right? And it's wide enough for a dragon to walk around the side if it's of a large profile, okay? And along this mountain up the side here of like say 500 to 600 feet long so far, there is going to be one little stop, like a little seat, all right? So that they can look out and have a vista, okay? We've got a seat at the Vista, all right? That's a restaurant name I just invented right then. Okay, seat at the Vista. On the side of the mountain, very simple. What we're trying to do is build distance from the crossroads where they left down here. All right. We've got a crossroads, starts to go up the side of the mountain. By the time they get to here, they might be able to look down, so they can probably see from here. They'll have a view of the cabin from this angle. Okay, view of the hut. Okay, and I think that's really all we need to do. This one was meant to be very simple, this climbing the mountain business. But what we are going to do is switch over to
Book 2.
new book 2. Look at that, it fits right on top of the old book. Okay, where are we? Put that to the side. Now, after moving up the side and having just a simple seating arrangement, we're going to have, how far up the hill did they get? About 500 or 600 feet. All right, we're going to have to go even further. Okay.
Even further.
Yeah, it's tall. And the other thing, they're going to get very tired. It's going to take a long time. All right. Mountains are quite tall. It takes, like, if you're actually mountaineering to get to the top of a mountain, even say 80 to 120 meters tall. Okay, just to get out of feet for a second, but something so I'm aware of. And if you are just orienteering up the side of that hill, that's going to take you at least 2 or 3 hours.
True.
Right? Like, this is, and this is that's a struggle. That's doing it and breaking a path and climbing, right? This is not meant to be that. This is meant to be a lot easier, but longer as they're winding around the side of the mountain on their way up. Okay. Now, when they crest the side of the mountain and they kind of cut back in on one side and they lose the view of the mountain, they're going to come across a point of interest, okay? And they're going to have a shrine here, okay? So this shrine has like a statue of the white dragon, okay?
The copper dragon.
Oh, yeah, sorry. We're going up first, not down. My bad. You're right. Got me on that one. So this is a statue of the copper dragon. So this way, we're signaling to any party that if they don't go straight, if they decide to go up the mountain first, which they probably wouldn't, but they could do, right? That if they come up the mountain first, that this is signaling to them that this is something that they're possibly going to see. So anyone with a high enough survival or possibly history or nature, depending on the roles, might be able to actually identify this from the statue alone, and that way they can have a sense of what they're going to do as they're coming up the mountain, right? So we've got a statue of a copper dragon here. Very simple.
That it?
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Okay. Now, this is shrine number 1. Oh, we've already written it there. Okay. The idea of this is simply, just to have an introduction. We're going to do the shrine number 2 over here in a second. And this is going to be the, we'll see when we get there. We're very close.
The shrine first page.
Okay, very done. When they come around, and they've come around for the second time, all right, so they've come around the top of this mountain, they can see now very far down the bottom here is the glade with the little hut and the garden, all right? Okay, this is something that they can eyeball off into the distance here, all right? That looks like an eyeball, okay, right? Very good. Page. Okay, so when they're coming around and they can see it again, they're going to come across like an oriental tea house. All right.
If you've never done a tea ceremony.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have to be necessarily oriental, but this is the kind of feel of it, is that there's a little tea hut here and run by a monk. So
we said he was CR8, right?
Sure, a 7 or 8 tea house, which is attended by CR 7 or 8 monk who is lawful good. All right, we got a lawful good monk here, and this is the defender of the white dragon, the copper dragon. Sorry, oh my god, every single time. All right, this is the defender of the copper dragon. All right, and their attendant. They're also here to offer warning. Okay. About what can happen, maybe even be a friendly exposition dump. They will also offer assistance for the resting the party, so that the party could get a night's rest here at the tea house. So there's going to be let's see, lodgings. Yeah, we're going to have to make it a little bit bigger now. All right, so we got lodgings over here so that they can take a rest. Lodgings for 4 people. All right. So if they
So if you decide to run this campaign with 5 people,
bad luck, somebody sleeps outside. You know, they have to figure out
somebody
who draws
sleeps on
the.
the floor.
You're gonna draw the short straw. Or if you've brought any friends along that you've made friends, NPCs or whatever, then maybe they draw the short straw automatically. All right.
Yeah, if you brought all 5 billion NPCs over, they're gonna have to just sleep outside.
There's been a lot. All right.
There's been a
There's
lot.
been a lot. They could have made a lot of friends by now.
They could have.
So they're gonna. This one will offer help and assistance. All right. But also warnings. Okay. Assistance. And warnings. Okay. We'll tell them that as far as they go up the hill should be to this next area that's coming towards the top on the other side of the mountain again.
Almost at the top, right?
Second shrine, very close. Yeah, this will be the last one before they turn around.
Second last room.
This is the shrine number 2. This one here has only like a relief, like a copper relief. Okay, copper / brass relief. A relief is like a metal painting. You know, it's been embossed onto the metal. Okay, so you have that texture and you can see the picture in there, but it's not colored. It's just metals. All right, copper and brass relief of the dragon. Okay, and you also will notice here at the shrine is food at the shrine. So this is where you can come and you can offer prayers and talk. So maybe the dragon can hear you from here. All right. So
Maybe.
yes, at shrine, and yes, so you have food here.
Like maybe
And
some
also,
incense burning
yeah,
still.
with food and a brazier for incense. Yeah, sure, this is all very nice stuff to put in there. And brazier, incense, food, some small offerings. So there's like a little bit of like gold and silver here. All right. Oh, sorry. How about gold and copper? Right. Okay. It venerates copper, even though it doesn't necessarily find worth in it. It obviously finds beauty. Okay. But knows the value of gold, obviously, but has no other hoard. The dragon's hoard is stolen by the moon dragon. Spoilers later on. There's going to be a bigger one.
Oh no.
Oh no, because that's what moon dragons do, because they're nasty.
It's
Alright.
in his vans if you
Okay.
wanna read the
His
lore.
bands, yeah, yeah. So okay, so we've got a shrine there with offerings and stuff, food and that. So this is the last place that the party will be told to go to. All right, it's like the monk will be. If you go up there, then you should only go so far. Offer some relief, say some nice words that could be heard by the dragon, and leave, because otherwise you might anger the dragon, even though it doesn't want to, because it's obviously good. But it has no choice because it works for the evil wizard and the other dragon, right?
Yeah.
Exposition done. All right. So this guy is let me see. CR Monk. Okay, this is Monk von Exposition. Okay. Von Exposition. He's gonna help.
He's German.
Yeah, push stuff. He hasn't got anything to say for sale. He's not buying anything. He's just offering a tea house for the night to stay. And if you want to give him money, he says, don't give him money. Go to the shrine, say a few words.
Only give the
leave.
bronze and gold.
Yeah, and he'll tell him about giving him copper and golds. All right. Okay?
Yeah.
Very good.
Now the final room of today.
Are we going to? We don't necessarily need to do. This guy won't have any magical items, because all of the magical items, every bit of treasure in this area, other than these few bits of gold and copper, are all in the moon dragon's hoard. All right. Okay. It's the only place that's going to be. Okay. Now, lastly for today, all right, because we've been at it a little while already, haven't we? Let's have a look. How long's that say?
Not even 30 minutes yet.
All right, well, that's why we want to keep it, about half an hour. All right, we've got one room to do. Okay, so it comes around. You can see it's heading around here. Then around the back of it, you got one last little shrine. And then when you get right up to the top, all right, it's going to open up into an extremely large vista. All right, okay?
So this is like the boss battle arena.
Yeah, this is like at the mountaintop, and it's got like not a cave, but it has sort of like a bit of a den. Yeah, so it's got some covering up there. So there's like a outcropping of stone, right? Stone and rock. okay, over this end here, and this is the dragon's den. All right, okay, and we have a copper, and we said what was he, 7 or 8? Young copper
He's CR7.
at 7 to 8. Okay, now these guys, they do come with their own. We're gonna give this guy here. This is the first one giving. He's gonna have legendary resistances. All right.
What do those do again?
They just get to choose 3 times, all right, that they don't want to have that happen. Like, oh, I cast Fireball, make a dexterity save. And it's like, well, I mean, that's not a great example, but at least you can say, oh, yeah, I just choose to save. But in that example, even if they save, they don't get, they still take some damage, right? Probably hold monster would be better. Hold monster, hold creature, right? So just say they have a really high roll, right?
Or
So
like say the paladin is like casting smite and then they roll
you can't refuse a smite. Smite doesn't work like that.
Oh.
Doesn't work like that.
You can't just refuse a smite.
No, you can't just refuse the smite. It doesn't work like that. But it does work like someone casting a spell on you, and you have to make a save, and then you fail your save, and you're like, oh, I don't want that anyway. I use one of my legendary resistances. All right. So and we're also going to give them lair actions as well. Okay.
What do lair actions do?
So lair actions is at the top of the round. So at 20, okay, at 20 initiative, what they can do is a number of things. So it should say in here, as an example of things that dragons will do in their lair actions. See, look here. So a dragon will choose a point in the ground that it can see, and stone spikes come out of the ground. All right, so we can do that. That's part of this one's. All right.
No, that one's part of the copper.
Yeah, that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, copper dragon, right? So they can choose spikes to come out of the ground. The ground in the area turns to mud, so they can make the ground muddy up there. Or what else can they do? Those are 2 things they can do.
They use that on the halfling. Then just the 2.5 foot halfling just sinks and drowns in the mud.
And then the thing is, do we want to then? Because like what happens is, you see, they don't have it. Oh, they do. See how the ancient and the adult have legendary actions. If you really want to buff these guys, you give their legendary actions, you balance them, but you give those guys a legendary action as well.
One legendary action.
Well, okay, but the way they don't work, it doesn't work like that. With legendary actions, every turn they have, they can take 3 legendary actions. They got like points, okay?
Like
and yeah, and they can only work as a reaction to somebody else doing something. So you go and attack me. Okay, so now with my legendary action, I can, after you've done that, make a tail attack against you. All right?
Like smack you with the tail.
And you can only use one of them, and you can only use it at the end of the other creature's turn. Okay, and you only have 3 points. Each of them have different points. So you have a wing attack, then you can do a tail attack. You can't do a wing attack, a tail attack, and detect something. Or you can detect 3 times in the middle of your turn. So say you know that there's a rogue and it keeps going stealth. All right, well, I detect. And then at the end of the other person's turn, well, I detect until I see it, you know? But at that point, when you're DMing, you just generally would be like, I do damage, because depleting the enemy's hit points faster is often better than trying to do support stuff and making the fight last longer, okay? It's not always the case, but sometimes, and especially if you have something that can be so hard-hitting, you just want to hit them hard, okay? So you can see how the young ones and the wormlings don't get any legendary actions. Okay?
Do they even get legendary resistance?
That's up to the DM ever when they choose to. It doesn't come into the stat block. That's up to you to decide whether they do that. All right? And their lair actions, all right, these are the ones that you can give them, the ones that we spoke about before, all right?
Yeah.
So that's also up to you whether you choose to give them. But we are, okay? So we've got lair actions. We won't give them the legendary actions. We'll stick to the stat block.
Plus legendary resistances.
Yeah, the legendary resist. Oh, it does say in their stat block where they give them or not. We're going to give them anyway. We're going to up it and make it a little bit more difficult, all right? But I like having the bad guys have legendary resistance. It's one of the easier things to play with when you're trying to balance it out, all right? Okay. Now, what else do we have to do here?
Can I draw the big enemy sign?
Okay, sure. You haven't really done much drawing today. I've sort of been Doing most of it, right? Yes. Big enemy with wings. Is that a wing?
Yep.
Totally. Look at us go. Maximum artist.
Then we should have drawn wings on the
Tail.
Then we should have drawn wings on all of the birdies.
No, this is a special one.
This is a special
right? Okay.
We're only gonna do these on the special monsters.
There
Add
you
extra
go.
details.
So we have we have our large young copper dragon up there, possibly with a friend, has legendary resistance, has lair actions, and has a little bit of a den, but no treasure and loot, alright? Which some people may find funny, but it's being held. Okay, it's stolen.
The people that find it funny just haven't read the lore.
Yeah, sure. About Moondragon. Oh yeah, sure. I mean, like they're only new if they come into the book. I mean, I'm sure they've been around before in other editions, but if people haven't been digging into Fizzbands, and they probably
swaying.
Is it? Oh, it's probably when I bump it. Okay, all right, we should finish up there. We've been at it long enough. All right, we've taken up enough of these good people's times. Yeah. And the reason why we're not going through today, room 100 on day 100 is this is the next start of the downward towards the other dragon, the next 5 rooms.
Yeah.
So hopefully we won't do them as 5 rooms next time. We want to sort of condense these down. It's just that this is the way that life's worked out at the moment, right? It's been a bit full on with the holidays.
Actually, we might.
Yes. Quickly.
We could be able to do a video tomorrow.
Maybe we could. I mean, we could do 2 rooms tomorrow, sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll get back to that. We'll see you guys about that next time.
We'll see you next time.
Quite so long. But yeah, thanks for sticking around.
The comments and stuff.
No hassles. Love your work. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you next time.